So coming down, Atul, you run a small network in Mumbai, and you're looking at spreading further down. So, how is it like being a small little player compared to the big 12 and 13 million, subscriber home kind of operations?
Yeah, we started in Bombay 25 years back, but being a smaller player, independent player, we are at very good quality service which we are giving, so we are able to compete with the big MSOs across Bombay. Planning to grow now into other parts of India also, where we have just started connecting some cities out of Bombay also now.
Okay. So, but this is not part of the seven. This is not part of the 7-star group. This is a separate company, right?
Yeah, this is a new company because 7-star license was still Bombay. This is a new company which is ABS, 7-star, and this is the company which is going across India. And we have developed our own set-top box. Through our set-top box, we are able to give this, what we are talking about, value-added service. So it's a hybrid set-top box.
Okay. So again, the 7-star folks also is involved in this, or this is your venture?
No, it is 100% my venture.
Okay. So coming back again, you're talking about hybrid services. Yeah. What exactly are you looking at offering as value-added services?
See, once you create a box which is hybrid, so you are able to give all the value-added services into it. Like whatever you think, what we were talking before in the voice subject, you can give YouTube, you can create the ordinary TV into smart, so you will be able to give real-time video on demand, you can give web TV, you can give weather report, and lots of, many things more you can do it, from gaming to everything through that box. And the straight is that you are able to provide the broadband to that box.
Okay. Now, in the LCO is concerned, as far as the LCOs are concerned, what are the challenges that LCOs face and smaller operators such as you face? Are you an MSO? Are you a large LCO?
Yeah, I am a large LCO also, so I know the challenges. The LCOs are uneducated. Like we meet the LCOs from phase 3 and 4. They are totally uneducated. They don't know what is conditional access. They don't know what is even SMS system. They don't know whether the box is activation, how it will happen, how it will get deactivated. They think this box is there and the digitalization has been done. Whether that box is FTA also, they are putting it out. So the education on that level is much for a LCO to understand that if he is putting something in the digitalization, whether he has to do it, how he has to do it, who will educate him, because I don't feel any big MSOs have any person who goes and educates the last mile operator. He doesn't know anything about the digitalization. Whoever gives him the box, he just goes and seeds it. Who gives him the lowest rate, he seeds it.
Okay. In terms of, now who's going to educate him? You're saying nobody's doing it. Is it the MSO's job? Is it the broadcaster's job? Is it the vendor's job? Whose job is it to educate him? Or is it his own job to get educated? Or he shouldn't be in the business?
See, we are having a very good conference over here. We are getting very good people. But no, I think so, no LCO will be over here.
Yeah, we had a problem with Arvind Prabhu and his team because his father was rushed to a hospital.
Okay.
So 12 of them couldn't make it because they're attending to the father.
We should have lots of things where we educate the last mile operator. Because he is the person who goes to the house. He is the person who can sell each and everything to that house. So if he is not educated, we can sit here and talk lots about the LCO. We can talk lots about him, his people, that he comes to us, he don't know what packages he is giving. We have not educated him on that. So how he will be educating the
But
customer?
he has to educate himself. Why have you educated yourself? You're a very small localized player in Bombay, in Juhu, Andheri, Santa Cruz, parts of Malad, the 7-star group. You're very localized, yet over the years you've retained your customers despite DTH, despite every other player. So who hasn't 7-star educated himself. So while saying nobody's done it, it's like absolving yourself. Maybe these guys don't need to be in the business of distribution.
See, Seven Star also was formed in such a way that seven big cable operators, I put them off and started with a one control room. So it was basically some person like me who went and educated these six guys to come under one roof. So there should be a thing from the big MSOs who should go and educate
It
their
wasn't, you weren't an
MSOs.
MSO then.
We
You
were
an individual.
MSOs.
No,
We were,
you, no, you were.
I was.
No,
We seven MSOs.
you're missing my point.
Yeah, yeah,
What you call an MSO is a localized MSO rather than a national MSO.
National, yeah.
So you were
We
comparing.
were local MSO. We
Yeah.
were not super MSO, like we say,
Yeah.
like Hathway, Den, or City
So
Cable.
my point
yeah.
is, I think it's best that if you want to be in business, you've got to train yourself. You can't just, set up a thing and you're running a grocery shop in front and you're doing cable operations at the back and thinking that you're going to continue to do that in a scenario where so much of content is coming in and there's so much of technological shift happening. So that's a point which we have to, while we are protecting the local cable operator, my perception is that they need to be, if they want to be in business, they better spruce up the act.
Yeah, see, one is the regional things also which makes the problem with them. Second thing is that like the entrepreneurship which he had 15 years, 18 years back showing new movies and everything. If you will see that 15, 18 years back in the last session, they were talking about they were entrepreneurs. They used to put new movies. They used to see that. After the big MSOs coming in, that entrepreneurship has vanished from them because this all small LCOs were before also some of them were MSOs, maybe with 5 to 8 channels, 10 channels. But once they connected to the big MSOs, they become like, I think so, very lazy. And they thought that now the show is being run by the MSO, I have to just go and collect the money.
They shouldn't be in business then.
Yeah, so now, after digitalization, they are feeling the pinch. So in phase 1 and 2, if you speak to the LCO, their graphs has gone down. And there is nothing which they are earning, what they were earning in an analog.
Absolutely. So you agree with me that guys who are not keeping up to the demands of the business should not be in business. They should cede control because they are not interested in taking it further.
No,
Really.
I will like, Anil, see, I also have LCOs, but my LCOs are educated. They know what I am selling them. They know what I am talking about it. So
Who educated them?
As a MSO, I educated them. Because at last, I have to run my network through his feed. So every MSO has his duty to give his LCO education on that. I think so half the JVs or the distributor are also not educated of the MSOs. So how a LCO will get educated on that?
Okay, so you're saying the problem is not with the LCO, it's with the MSO.
Yeah. It has to be, the MSO has to, if he has to run all this value-added service on the LCO network, he has to be educated.
Okay. So now, what do you see the future? Do you see this guy being a lost cause operation or it being a last mile cable operator?
See, the operator is still confused after digitalization because his graph has gone down. He is losing money. What he used to earn in analog is not earning it. And the only part is that if you educate him, maybe he will take it at a bigger level.
Okay. In terms of, the LCOs, are they open to giving broadband? Let's say, I would still call even you an LCO, while you want to call yourself an MSO.
See, we are giving broadband from last 20 years. I think so when none of the MSOs also started. In Bombay or India also, I don't know. But we are giving it from last 20 years. We started with...
You're an exception. Seven Star is an exception.
So you can understand, we see the future much better than what other MSO sees. And today also, when I'm here in Goa also, if you see, while going to the airport, we'll see less dish antennas in Goa. Because your 10 to 9 channels, which local channels are very, very popular. And if that channels are not available, people are not buying DTH. Coming to your broadband part, I was speaking to some operators in Goa. They don't know how to do broadband connections also.
Okay.
So again here the education of the MSO or with the person whom he has never educated him that you start with this new business which you can give broadband. But by the time he will start now, the things have been covered with all broadband players across the city.
Okay. In terms of the licensing for DAS, is it easy or is it difficult? I was made to believe that it's very difficult to get a DAS license. If you listen to what Tony said this morning, that there are two clauses over there where you have to pay 1 lakh rupees, then in clause 19, you have to have digital agreements with the content providers. You'll have got a DAS license, or your DAS license is stuck?
Yeah, see, DAS license is as good as you are getting a new passport. So if you have to cover from the all clearance from the various ministries to get a license to even run a satellite channel. So it's the same way you need a DAS license. It takes time. It's not like you will get within 2-3 months. It takes a year or not. And the license which a DAS person gets also, after that the vendor makes a small, I will give you an example of few MSOs who have brought digital head-end with 25 lakhs rupees, 200 channels. He doesn't know what is cash. He doesn't know what is SMS. He has just installed 200 channels, and now he doesn't know that I cannot put more money on the boxes or to upgrade that head-end also. So DAS license also is government is giving, they have to recommend which vendors are to be available. So there is lots of lacunas which has been not cleared before the DAS got implemented.
Okay. So, but is the application form difficult? Do you get it in Hindi? Do you get it in Tamil?
It's available online in Hindi and I think so English.
Tamil? No. Tamil?
No, I don't.
Telugu?
I don't feel so that it's available in any other language.
Okay. Would that help the process, it being available in languages from an LCO perspective, since you work with a lot of LCOs and you're a smaller MSO come LCO yourself?
Yeah, if you see the South, for them Hindi and maybe but English they are able to do it. So I think so that whoever wants to run, I think so he can hire somebody who can do these things for him.
Okay. Do you see a future for the LCO? Do you see a future for 7-star or an ABS 7-star? And other LCOs in this entire digitization process? Do you think they'll benefit? Do you think there's an upside for them?
See, LCO is a person from whom you can get lots of things done. But if he survive, then only the MSO will survive. And I think so, no MSO is thinking that he should survive. They feel that he should get terminated or
no, but
maybe,
Shaji has been like fighting for your, like, so he's your only savior, and so has SN,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
has everybody.
Yeah, see, maybe in some pockets it can be possible. The overall, what I can see with the LCO, if you speak to any LCO, maybe from smaller cities, they will be able to tell you the much this better, or the LCOs who
Yeah, but even Tony wants to serve them. Tony wants to serve them through his platform.
See, Tony's platform is very good, and that is the way you can go to the remote areas of anywhere in India. So,
And Kargil, he's installed a COPE in Kargil, which is like amazing.
fantastic. I think so. Our army will be very much happy over there to get all the channels.
Yeah. So, while you're saying you want the LCO eliminated, I think the LCO wants himself eliminated.
No, see, LCO has to be educated where the ARPU thing was coming in, that we can increase the ARPU. I feel that you can get 1,200 rupees from one customer house if you educate the LCO.
I'm actually paying your people in my house. I'm a 7-star customer. I'm paying you all close to about 7,000 rupees a month, including a broadband, or 6,000, 6,500.
And that's the commercial rate you are paying.
Yeah, that's not the commercial rate. That's the residential rate.
Residential?
Yes. When I'm taking your broadband package, I'm taking your top end, unlimited.
Unlimited. And
yes.
Yeah.
So I'm paying you all, but I'm not your common as garden customer. I'm one of the rarities because I want to be, connected, and I want to have your HD, I want to have all your channels.
Yeah, see, when a 1,200 rupees average can come from a customer, he is already paying that money to 3 different vendors. Maybe broadband is paying to Mr. A, cable is paying Mr. B, and C is paying from value-added service from the online what he is buying. So anyhow, if you see the people are paying, but that same thing has to be taken from one person who is the LCO who can give all these 3 services if his MSO is backing him. But I think so this is not been seen in India, and none of the MSOs are thinking about it.
Okay. On that note, any questions to him? Because he has a flight to catch. Shaji, you want to defend him again? Any questions or nothing? Or you? Yeah.
Now, Atul, There is no doubt that the operator requires to strengthen his abilities to take care of the challenges in the future. But then, can we also accept the fact that he has been able to stand up and handle whatever challenges he is currently facing? He has been able to do that. Doesn't it show that this is a community who has got the ability to stand up and handle things when they actually face it? There is nobody in this world who knows everything or who has got all strengths. Everybody has their weaknesses. So the LCO may have certain weaknesses, and can we agree that anybody can add to his strengths as and when it becomes essential, and we should be optimistic about the ability of the LCO to handle the challenges in the future.
You don't want to have the responsibility of educating him.
Sorry?
You don't want to have the responsibility of educating him. You don't want, as an MSO.
No, it's not that. I'm saying that the responsibility is with everyone. Of course, the MSO has the responsibility. It is the responsibility of the MSO, and I have no doubt that the LCOs will be responsive to it.
Okay.
And a lot of MSOs are doing it. In fact, even the government has got a setup for training them, and I'm aware of certain institutions in this country who are now coming up with a lot of training efforts in a very professional manner, which is going to be one of the mainstays as far as the progress of this industry is concerned. There are many international forums which are into training and who are entering this country in this field. And I'm sure the community is going to take advantage of that.
On that note,
I'm sure Rahul will be able to elaborate on that if he wants to.
This is the last statement. And
very
then
quickly, 2 points. SCTE, which is a global body in training, and ESSCI, which is a Government of India skilling body in the field of electronics. They've tied up. Shaji chairs the team or chairs the body within SCTE, which is into training. We had a meeting, I think, a couple of weeks back. Having said that, my frustration really is over the last 1 year, we focused on the LCOs. We did things in Hyderabad. I went there 2 or 3 times, had a one-to-one with maybe 500, 700,000 operators. It doesn't come back.
So there's lack of receptivity.
Finally, it goes down to a cheap box. It goes down to a negotiation with a broadcaster who has been paid or who's not been paid. It sticks to him only for like 5 minutes of our engaging with him. That needs to be changed.
Maybe you have to wait for the next generation, his kids, to get responsive. If they come in the business, that is.
Possibly. But the good news is that SCT is here. We have Shaji chairing this aspect. We have the Government of India tie-up, which will actually offer scholarships, waive off the fee for this. But one point also which came across was they're not willing to give 10 days of their time to get trained. You have to give time. You can't train in 3 hours. It doesn't happen that way.
Even he's flying off in the next 20 minutes. That's all he's giving IDOS.
So I think with Shaji there, with an understanding that you have to give time, 7 days, 10 days. There's a mechanism with Rudy's ministry where it'll be subsidized, the whole training. There's an acknowledgement, there's a courseware, there's a best practice, they're the best people now. So
good news. So there is hope. Shaji, we're going to be.
This is not a question. This is not a question.
Yeah, but Indian television will work with you on this, and we will put out whatever you want to for ICT.
I just want to endorse his view, that your view about the new generation. I will just share my experience in Bombay when for a long time, and I landed up in rooms which are very small. But as far as the data is concerned, the kid in the home came out with the laptop. So there is a new generation.
Yeah. So thank you for that. But Shaji, IndianTelevision.com, we are giving an open offer to you. Whatever you want to put out, we will help you with that. I'd like to see this cable sector really prosper and the entire MSO sector to work with the distribution sector. So take it up. The offer is open to you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Atul, for your time. And let's give him a round of applause. And thank you again.